Hi, you guys. This is actually a question and answer video. I thought it'd be a lot easier to put all of your guys' questions into one video and make it more time consuming and a lot easier for me since I'm really busy with school and being pregnant and all of that as well. So here we go. The first question is, how old are you? I am currently 20 years old, so I'm not exactly a teen mom, but I'm pretty close to one. I'm pretty young to be having a baby, but you know what? I'm making the best of it and I'm really happy about it. I'll be 21 a few months after he is born in December, so I'm not too young. When did you find out you were pregnant? Oh, when did I find out? I found out on February 9th. It was only one day after my missed period, so February 9th, 2013, obviously. And it was so weird. I knew just automatically before even taking the test. I knew in my head I was pregnant. I just for some reason, my instincts just ruled over everything else, and I know I was pregnant. I'm like, I don't even need to take these tests because I know I'm pregnant. It was really weird too. It was just, the situation was weird and everything else. How'd you tell your family? There's another question down at the bottom. I've written them out kind of sloppily, and it said, how did they feel? So I should have just put that into one question. But so the first person I told was obviously the father of the child. Sorry, my cat's right here. And he was really excited. I mean, he was nervous and scared, but he was more excited than anything because obviously he's having his first baby. I mean, he doesn't have to carry it, so it's a lot easier for him. As for my mom, she was the last person besides my dad to find out. I mean, my dad took it really, really good, actually. It was really weird. But as for the story and how I told them, well, it was just in the middle of the day one day, and I remember I felt like complete crap because I can't hide anything from my mom because me and my mom are very, very close, and we tell each other almost anything anyways. So she knew I was kind of quiet and, not really wanting to talk, and we were watching a documentary about Beyonce and her having her daughter, and she got really quiet and she's like, are you taking your birth control? And I didn't answer. I was just really quiet because I didn't want to talk about it right then. Because I wanted the perfect time to tell my mom, not because I'm watching some documentary about Beyonce. And she looks at me again. She goes, are you pregnant? And I just start bursting out crying because that's all I knew. I just didn't know what to do or say about it. And I just didn't say anything. And I kind of looked away from her. And she asked me again. She's like, Nikki, are you pregnant? And I'm like, yeah. And I just start breaking down and saying I'm sorry and that I am pregnant and that I'm planning on keeping the baby and everything else. And at first she was really mad. I mean, she was more disappointed than mad, but she just said that how I should get an abortion, how she had an abortion when she was younger, and that I should put the baby up for adoption. And I just kept telling her, Mom, I'm not giving my baby up. I'm not going to get an abortion. I'm going to keep my baby. And she's like, no. And then after about an hour or two, she settled down and she's like, okay. She's like, we're going to figure it out, but I have to tell your dad. And I thought my dad was going to be 10 times worse, and I thought he was going to freak out. Well, weirdly, he didn't freak out. He was actually not in town. So Mom's like, you know what, I can tell him on flight black, blah, 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 so that he has time to just calm down and just stay collected and everything else. And just so he has time to think it over, So, obviously, I really don't know his reaction because my mom was the one to call and tell him because she thought it'd be better for her to tell him than me. When he got home, he just sat down and he wasn't mad. He wasn't upset. He wasn't anything. He's just like, you know what? What are we going to do? How are you going to do it? It's okay, we're going to figure it out. We're here for you. You can stay here. You can live with the baby here. Everything else. Because things with me and the father were, good at the time. And they were like, he can move in here. Because he lives with his friends right now in their own house. And he said that he can live here, save your money, pay for the baby, blah, blah. That way he's not paying his rent and everything else. Because he's actually really responsible and pays his bills and everything and lives on his own. And he's been on his own since he's been 16. And he's 20, almost 21 next month, actually. And everything was just amazing. It was falling into place, and he wasn't upset, and it was just the most amazing feeling because I thought him, out of all people, would have been so mad and upset, disappointed at me, and he was actually more calm than my mom, which is actually really surprising because my mom handles news really, really, really fast. Now, my parents are more than supportive, and they're so glad that I kept my son because they can't wait to be grandparents. They're already grandparents, but my niece and my nephew live so far away. I mean, they live in California, but that's still 6-7 hours away. So they're so excited that they get to be so close to their grandson. And to be honest with you, it's as soon as you tell them, it's a lot easier, and your pregnancy can be so much more enjoyable, and you're not stressed out. And if you're just waiting to tell your parents, I would just tell them. Don't wait until you're 6 or 7 months and say, oh, I'll tell them when I get too far along to have an abortion, because they're going to be more mad at you then because you didn't tell them. You know what I mean? Like, if you need help in ways to tell them, obviously I'm not a good role model because I had to watch a documentary to tell my mom, but I don't know, I think you should definitely tell them, and next time I would definitely change the way I told my mom and just be upfront and tell her right away. As for the rest of my family, I told them right off the bat. So my brother knew. I texted my brother as soon as I found out I was pregnant, and his girlfriend, and everyone knew except my parents. So yeah. Can you do a room tour? Yes, his room's done. His crib, his swing, his car seat stroller, his pack and play, and his dresser, and everything is already all set up. And I will do a room tour. Not when I have this laptop though, because I can't really show you guys everything by shifting the laptop. So I'll have to do a little video from my phone and just show you what's in front of me, kind of thing. I thought this was a really interesting question. Wouldn't you rather have had a girl, and were you sad when you found out you were having a boy? Well, told otherwise. So same thing, but no. I actually knew ever since I found out I was pregnant I'd have a boy. I have no idea why. I was having dreams that I was going to have a boy. I just had 100% mommy instinct I was having a boy from the very beginning, which is really bizarre and weird that I knew that, because when I had my appointment, my ultrasound technician, well, for when I found out the sex, she's like, do you have any idea of what you're having? And I'm like, I'm 100% sure I'm having a boy. She's like, looking at me like, okay. And then as soon as she started doing the ultrasound, she was like, you're definitely having a boy. So I thought it was kind of crazy, to be honest with you. Does the baby have a father? Yes. And what's your guys' position? We aren't together anymore. For personal issues, I mean, nothing happened, I would say. We just grew apart. I mean, I feel like when I found out I was pregnant, we were so forced to be together, and we were trying to make something work that we weren't happy in. Like, he always tells me things like, I'm always here if you want to work it out and stuff like that, but I don't want to be with someone because I feel like I have to be with them. I'm sure I'll find someone down the road. That's not even what I'm looking for right now. Like, I'm not looking for anybody, and I probably won't even look to date until my son's a few years old. That's just my perception on the matter, because I don't feel like young girls should be dating when they're pregnant or have a baby, and they shouldn't be going on dates after having a baby. I don't know. That's just my personal view on it. You can judge me all you want, but when my son's born, it's going to be all about him, not about a date or some guy I'm going to go see. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. We're fine. We're on good terms. He's going to be there for his son. He's going to come visit and stuff, and he gives me money here and there. So, I mean, I can't just say he's horrible or he's a bad dad or he's a bad person, because he's a great person. We just aren't meant for each other. And that's totally okay. Some people just aren't meant to be together. And I don't want to look down the road. I don't want to get back together and be further down the road and look back and think, what are we doing? We've been wasting all this time together, and we're obviously not meant for each other. So that's what is going on. Do people judge you for being pregnant? Yes and no. The only person that has judged me is an old friend of mine, and she was actually my best friend, which is really unfortunate because you see people's true colors when you find out you have become pregnant, and she kind of just disappeared. She thought I should have gotten an abortion and given up my son and everything else, which is really stupid. And I don't know, her other friend chooses to not exactly be a mom. I mean, she's a mom to her daughter, but her other best friend kind of goes out with her and drinks and parties and leaves her daughter at home with babysitters. I mean, that's fine. That's your thing. But I'm not going to be doing that with my son. And because I'm not doing that, she just didn't really want to be my friend. She just thought because I couldn't hang out with her and party with her that I'm just not a good friend, apparently. I mean, my world doesn't revolve around her anymore. It revolves around my baby. So it's just, I don't know, it's just a really weird situation. But as for everyone else, I've had so many friends come out of nowhere and congratulate me and be so supportive and happy. People I haven't talked to in years, and I think it is amazing. I think it's so great. And if you guys are, if any of you guys are watching this, thank you so much for your support. Again, sorry I don't edit my videos, so I mess up my words a lot. Will you make videos when he's born? Of course, I would love to show you guys my son. I'm more than happy to come on here with him and just show you him and his life and the struggles and what we go through. Sorry, my cat's in the background. But yeah. Any new views on circumcision? I'm not even going to answer this question in this video. I mean, I feel like whenever someone even mentions circumcision and their view on it, it just gets torn down by about a million other people that think differently. And my view is my view. It doesn't mean that I think badly of anyone else that thinks differently. I think that it is your decision as to what you want to do for your child. It's not my decision as to what you do for your child, and it is not up to me to press my views on you and what I believe. So I just prefer not to talk about it anymore and kind of keep it a secret matter, because I've just gotten so much hate mail, just even from my last video about not knowing what I want to do. Just saying I have so much research to do because I wasn't sure about my view on the matter, and people just tried tearing me apart, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm just going to avoid this topic like the plague, because it is crazy. Have you chosen a name? Yes, I put it in my last video. My son's name will be Greyson. I really like the name Noah Greyson, or just Noah or Greyson. And for some reason, Greyson has just stuck in my mind, and I just love that name. I think it's so cute and unique, and I really like it. And I've heard a lot more Noahs than Greyson, so that's another reason too. And I wanted to pick the name I really like, not a name that other people like, because I don't want to regret naming my son something that I didn't want to name him. Do you want to have more kids? Is that a question? I don't know. I mean, I haven't even had my one yet. He's not here yet. He'll be here in a few months, but I mean, it depends. If I find someone down the road and we're married and we have a nice house together and we have our careers and we're done with school and we're financially set, I'll consider it. But unless those things aren't happening and going on, I'm not having another baby, bringing another baby in this world, and I'll just give my son everything I possibly can. And I just don't know how you teen moms do it with multiple kids, because I'm going to give my one son everything, and I don't know how you give all your kids everything. They're expensive, man. But thankfully, I am not going to go on welfare. I have nothing against people that do, but no, for those who have messaged me saying, oh, you're probably just a mom that's going to use the government. No, none of the money that I'm going to use for my child is from the government. So you can just stop assuming. Thank you. And was your baby planned? Oh, no, he was not planned. I don't think you should plan your children under the age of 20. But that's just my take. I mean, if you're in a situation where you're doing great and you have all this money and you can support your child, go for it and have as many kids as you want. But I'm good with my one child for now. And, you know, I wouldn't change it for the world. I wouldn't change being a mother for the world. I think it's the most amazing experience and feeling, and I can't wait until my son is born. My son is going to be the joy and pride of my life, and that's not going to change. My son's going to come first in everything I do, and I'm always going to put him first and buy first for him. And I don't know, he's going to be awesome, and I'm so excited. I can't handle it. But those are the questions you guys have asked. I know there are so many more, but these were the most appropriate questions that I felt that I could put in this video and answer for you guys. So if you have any more, feel free to message me and I'll answer those on a video, or I'll just answer them in the message if I haven't answered them already. and I will see you guys later. Please comment, like, subscribe, and if you have any other videos you'd like me to do or any other questions, please ask them down below. Bye, you guys. See you later.